Well, hello. This is Rochelle, and welcome to my channel. So, setting up my bullet journal for 2025, and I'm gonna take you through it, kind of what I have in my bullet journal. I am using my notes from my class with Robin from Calligraphy Joburg at Art Savings Club. I do want to encourage you to check out her content. She's got all kinds of beautiful fonts that she teaches in lettering, etc. So, first off, I have this kind of weird page that doesn't open flat in my Kenzel journal that's attached to the cover or front page. So I generally make a pocket with this one. I did keep my mistake in here so that you can see it. I put the double-sided tape on the cover, which is a very fibrous paper. So when I pulled the tape off here, you'll see that I pulled the entire tape off because it didn't stick to the fibrous paper. So it's better to stick it onto the bullet paper, the dot paper, and then it's less fibrous, so it sticks better. I did burnish it a bit before I pulled it off, and there we go. I've got a pocket for all kinds of niceties. So I'll have my quote for the year in the front page. My future log will then go over 2 pages. I will have my calendar, my year at a glance calendar. And then, yes, as I'm starting to plan this out, let's see. I am counting out the bullets or the dots. This is very much a preference thing. You can do borders, you can do just spaces, you can do art. And as I've mentioned before, why I use a bullet journal planner for each year is because I hate the blank spaces and the fact that it can't be customized in a printed journal, a printed bought diary, day planner thing. So I can make my own. This then will be my future log. Future log pretty much is kind of off the top of your head, checking out what you're going to be planning for the year on kind of a monthly basis. So if I know that I have Valentine's weekend or something like that, we put it in for February. And then when I get to February in my actual journal, I'll transfer these tasks or these to-dos from my future log, my plan for the year, over onto the month, and then schedule them for the days or etc. etc. Something I like doing because I don't necessarily have the beautiful brush lettering that you can learn from Calligraphy Joburg. Robin, my penabler, I am really she is one of my faves, but if you don't have one of those or don't feel like it, there are other options. This specific stamp set is a stamp set by Kelly Creates that I picked up at, I think the shop is called Scrapadoodle or Doodles Cafe, not too sure. A new branch that opened in Brooklyn, and yes, so picked it up over there when I went shopping. And then this has like just the abbreviations for the months, so they fit nicely into these rectangles, and I'm just gonna speed forward into the last few. I use a brush marker to stamp with, it just works for me. These are the Albrecht Durer brush markers that I'm also using for drawing these boxes. Nice thick nib. Yes, it is water activated, meaning that if anything happens and my diary gets wet, it's ruined properly. It's not just ruined because of the water, it's ruined because it'll move the watercolor marker or activate the watercolor marker and it'll run like watercolor. Okay, I'm also using some of the GoldFaber Aqua Dual markers, and that's just to kind of fill in the imperfectness of stamping with the GoldFaber, with the Albrecht Durers. It's not imperfect because of the Albrechts. It's imperfect because the stamp that I'm using isn't primed, and so it didn't, like there are some little spots, but it's so minute, and like I said, filling it in with the And there you go, just like calendar all at once. Yes, did that. Filling it in with the stamp or with the pen just gives it that kind of depth and dimension and all of that. Typing out or spelling out future log then for this page, I'll probably say future log 2025 using the, again, a Kelly Creates font stamp that fits the stamp for or the date stamps that I am using, and it's going over the 2 pages there with my little barn door effect so that I only have to do the title once and not have to do it multiple times. It's not a must. It just works for me, and so I'm enjoying that. That is what it is. After that, I then obviously will have my monthly log, and then I'm going to be doing a little key that I'm going to be putting in the side of my book, and I'll tell you more as we wrap up on this video, just going through everything. The key is whatever you use to indicate which are your tasks, which are your important things, which is a memory, whether or not you're going to halfway do this task this month, migrate it to the next month, or schedule it back to the future log so that you can move it to another month. There's all kinds of explanations on that, and I do encourage you to go and listen to some of Ryder Carroll's videos over on his Instagram as he speaks about why planning is so important. It really does work for the brain. It connects those pathways. And then I'm going to just stick that onto some colored cardboard, which I'm going to laminate sort of with DC-Fix, just so that it is more durable to flip in and out of my journal. So yes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So don't plan to fail, rather plan. There you go. Using some stickers just to do on the back of that the words key, because it will lie back to front kind of on my opening page there if I close it. So it's going to flip out to the side of my book so that I can see it when I'm busy inside of my book. So instead of doing a bookmark, it's secured, but still practical. If that makes any sense, then you are definitely a good listener, because it doesn't necessarily make sense to me listening to myself. So there you go, flipping it over, just making sure that both sides are covered with the DC-Fix, and then cutting off just a little to the side so that I can stick or use this DC-Fix to stick it down into my book, folding it over, and there we go. I'm also going to be doing my quote, but that's all. Okay, so I have ink on my fingers, but I have set up my journal for 2025. This will be my kind of everyday planning journal, transferring what I have in our family planner on my work planner, etc., into here. Whatever comes up, horse riding, whatever. This will be my practical planner for the year. So I've set that up, quick and easy. I am going to use the Ishet Chayil printables in here for the month, beginning of the month, the calendar that she had for the Women of the Bible or the Women of the Word. I'm going to use that calendar in here, and then here is what it looks like. Quick. Opening page, very simple quote here by Yoda. I am, if you didn't know that, a bit of a Star Wars fan. Not necessarily great at Star Wars trivia, but definitely a fan. And so I put this quote in from The Empire Strikes Back, Yoda saying, "Do or do not, there is no try." That will be me this year. We're not waiting to try or putting off the things, we are doing the things. There we go. Then I've put my key on the side here. The reason why I do that is if I'm working anywhere in here, I can have my key at the ready. So I make a little flip out key so that I can have it at the ready, say I'm planning or I don't remember. After a while, this does become kind of a, you know, I'm familiar with it, use it kind of thing. But in the beginning, it definitely is helpful and handy to have a little key at the ready. My future log, I cut a little barn door in the top there, just so that I don't have to do the title twice. Then I have the months out here. And for a future log, if you don't know the method of bullet journaling, it's not a hard and fast method. I like the clean cut Carol Ryder kind of original, you know, plan your tasks out, transfer from your future log to your monthly log to your dailies, etc. Lots of good reading there if you haven't read about it yet. Helps me to customize a diary. If I buy a printed diary, that's what I end up hating, is that it's not customizable. So I used Robin's notes. I attended Robin Calligraphy Joburg's class in Art Savings Club, or at Art Savings Club, in the beginning of, or at the end of 2024. And used her notes to kind of transfer it here. I do have a year at a glance, or a calendar in here. I do mine over the 2 pages, and it's just a quick place where I will then take a red pen or a blue or green pen or whatever will stand out, circle the important dates, plan out the public holidays, etc., etc. So there's that. I have used a stamp set. I think it's by Kelly Creates. Yes, Kelly Creates, for the dates and fonts that I used in here. This then there is a process video of how I put this together. Very quick and easy. I like using printables. It works for me. I don't have to then kind of figure it out all by myself or try and do elaborate art, but still have a bit of an artistic flair even with my monotone coloring in here. Then I have my month at a glance and my monthly log. So this then is the dates and anything that fall on those dates. These are then random, what I need to still do kind of in January. I put these as tasks. I can put them as important or notes or ideas or memories or whatever, and then I will start into every day. I am not gonna schedule out days, because some days will be fuller than others, and like I said, that is my issue with a printed planner, is that then I'll have a week where it seems quiet, or I'm not journaling or whatever else, and then I have these blank spaces, and if you have 4 or 5 pages of blank, then I give up. So this then will be, like I said, a working journal, all set up for 2025. Can you believe it? I cannot. So stick around, I'll see you some more. Bye bye.